Blaine Gilmer, and this is another edition of Bulldog Illustrated's The Inside Slant. We have a very special edition for you. Night centers around some 2023 recruiting news for the Georgia Bulldogs. A very, very exciting player and prospect that is joining us tonight. We have Mr. Malachi Singleton. Malachi, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing well. How you doing?
Doing great. We certainly appreciate you joining us here on Bulldog Illustrated, the Inside Slant. A big season for you. Recently picked up a Georgia offer, and we're going to get into all that kind of stuff. But like I said, I do want to just congratulate you first on some tremendous honors. As you can see down here at the bottom, guys, I got scrolling around. Malachi was named the Region 3 7A Offensive Player of the Year. A big honor, especially as a sophomore. Kind of just talk about the year personally you had before we get into everything with your team and stuff.
I felt like I had a great year. I felt like I accomplished a lot of the goals that I wanted to get. Obviously I didn't lead my team to the state championships, so that was a bummer. But personally, I think I had a pretty good season.
Absolutely. So, when you're in a quarterback that's in a spread type system that you are, obviously there's a lot of reads that go into it, a lot of pregame, knowing where the defense is lined up, kind of anticipating what they're going to do. How have your coaches, kind of prepared you for that next step? You go from your freshman year, starting the last two games to being the guy your sophomore year. Kind of what was that process getting ready to be the guy your sophomore year?
Well, I started off with the coaches watching a lot of film, just getting prepared for games and stuff this year. I kind of expected to come in and be the starter. I was working my butt off all season, so I was just getting prepared for that and watching film, watching practices from last year, just getting mentally prepared for what I'm supposed to do, stuff like that.
Absolutely. And, at North Cobb, you guys had a tremendous year. Like you said, just short of that state championship that you're looking for. You finished, I believe, 10-2 on the year with a loss to Lowndes. That was a game that was broadcast on GPB. I can see the deep breath you're taking right there. Still stings a little bit, that game. But, that was a matchup where you got to match up against another really good quarterback in Ja'Curry Brown, who's being recruited by, Georgia, Florida, everybody else in the class ahead of you. What do you kind of relish those matchups when you get to know that, hey, on the other side, there's a guy that is kind of a measuring stick for my game?
Yeah. I know I got to go out there and perform, to my best ability. And, I always try to hype up the defense. They got a big matchup, so I'm gonna hype them up, and I just gotta go out there and play, show what I could do.
Absolutely. A 10 win season, you guys highly ranked throughout the year. Just kind of talk about the momentum that North Cobb football has right now, especially early on in the season. You guys shocked everybody, I think, by taking down Buford, who's playing the year in and year out, plays for a state championship, and they're doing so again this weekend. What did that win mean for you personally, and then North Cobb, as a program?
It meant a lot to me. We were really doubted coming into that game, and just proving we could play on the big stage or against anybody, and it gained confidence for everybody. Everybody gained confidence, and we just kept it rolling into the season.
Absolutely. So, I do want to go into some of the film real quick here. I'm going to play some of your highlights here before we get into your recruiting and all that good stuff. But do want to talk about, we talked about some of the reads right here and everything. If you could kind of just talk us through, all right, here's what I got to know as a quarterback. You've got it looks like a 3-by-1 set down here, trips to the field. You got your running back on your left hand side. What play are you guys about to be running right here, and what do you kind of have to be looking for pre-snap?
Well, we're running power read, so I know I got to read this in on the strong side, right, and if he comes up field, I got to pull it, and I see this outside linebacker getting ready to blitz, so I know I got to be quick, with my cuts and stuff like that.
Absolutely. So we'll kind of let it roll right here. So you can see everybody. I think this is the strong side end that Malachi's talking about. Who's going to be reading, and you're going to get down blocks here on this front side with this backside guard pulling and wrapping for a linebacker to kind of help Malachi out if he has to pull the ball here, which he gets a quick fly up field, so he knows right away at the mesh point here. This is gonna be a pull because his tackle. Let's give a shout out. Who's your right tackle right here, man? Who's big 51 that's just mauling a dude right here?
That's RJ Grigsby. He's a sophomore.
Man,
Yeah,
RJ
he
RJ
gonna
just
be a
lays
D1
the
player.
wood. RJ just
Yeah.
lays the wood on this play, so you can see he's blocking down, washes everything out. Everybody shoots outside, so Malachi has let the running back kind of go. And by this point, he knows he's not going to get the ball, so he's kind of hunkering up to be a little bit of a blocker for Malachi. Now, talk us through the rest, and just kind of making people miss and using that speed right here. Are you not?
Yeah. I was just reading my blocks. My receiver threw a good block right there, and I cut it to the outside. It's just I raced it in.
Absolutely made a dude miss. What's the height and weight for you right now? What were you playing at this year?
I was about 6'2", like 213, 215 around there.
Absolutely, and we're seeing great pocket awareness and being able to deliver the ball down the field. But listed as a dual threat guy, being only a sophomore and weighing in close to 215 pounds and able to run like you are. That's a tremendous weapon for an offense to have. How much pride do you take? Obviously, all quarterbacks know that you have to win from the pocket, but how much pride, like right here, when you're able to take off and leave a defense like that? How much pride do you take in that as part of your game and being able to utilize that as a weapon?
I take a lot of pride in that, and I actually train a lot in the off season on my speed and stuff because I know it's hard for the defense to stop, and they got to choose one. Either you got to stop my run or you got to stop the pass. So I think it's a huge weapon. Scary for the defense.
Absolutely, is truly a tremendous dynamic. And something that in college football now you see most of the successful teams have guys that can do a little bit of both. Can beat people with their legs, but also are able to deliver the ball from the pocket. And obviously, we can see right here that delivering the ball from the pocket is no issue for you. You've able to really air it out through the year this year and throw some balls from different platforms, things like that. In terms of your recruitment, you got offered early on by Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech. And then it's kind of a break through the season. I think maybe people trying to see how you performed in your first year as the guy, see you make some throws, and then right after your playoff run here, Georgia comes knocking and gives an offer to you. What was that like? Having such a successful year and then kind of seeing it pay off by a school like Georgia come and give you that offer?
It felt really good, just knowing my hard work, all off season and the work I put in like during the season got me a big offer. So I was just really happy. I celebrated it with my family. So just really happy about that.
Absolutely, and I know we had talked before. Coach Del McGee got in touch with your coaching staff, and then once that happens, everybody, just so you know the rules, before September 1st of your junior year, the prospects have to contact the coaches. So Malachi was then able to get in touch with Coach Del McGee after that. Malachi, what was it like? Talking to Coach McGee after you knew the offer had come once he passed it along to your high school staff?
It was just really exciting talking to him. He was just, congratulating me about my season and, talking about how he liked my film and he was going to come see me, as soon as like the virus passes and stuff. So it was just like good to know, like he was on board with me and stuff. So.
Absolutely. How closely being in the state of Georgia, obviously you got the offer from Georgia Tech earlier, which I know that in itself is a huge accomplishment of another Power 5 school. But being a guy from the state of Georgia here, what's it like, when how closely do you follow the Bulldogs and kind of what goes on week in and week out in college football in the state of Georgia?
It's a huge deal. Everybody around here is pretty much, Georgia fans. So, you watch them every Saturday, and it's just a big time offer. They're the best team in the state, so it's good having an offer from them. You know what I'm saying?
Did you grow up watching any team or any particular players in particular?
Um, yeah, I grew up watching a few teams. Georgia, Florida, Alabama. Like primarily SEC teams. Uh, Watched a lot of Cam Newton.
I guess.
Yeah, stuff like
You
that.
can,
Yeah,
you can see a lot of that in your game. Big strong guy, able to hurt people with your legs and have a strong arm. You're able to make throws. As a sophomore from one hash all the way to the other side of the field. So definitely the arm strength's there. Having watched Georgia, it's no secret that maybe struggled last year a little bit on offense and struggled some beginning of the year before JT Daniels became their quarterback. Now JT Daniels has become their quarterback, and you've really got a chance to see Todd Monken's offense kind of flourish
yeah.
there in Georgia. How big of an impact does that and does seeing the Georgia offense be dynamic and kind of get the ball down the field more? How big of an impact does that have on you, somebody who's being recruited by them?
It's a huge impact because now they can fit to your schemes. For you to be successful. So I think it's a huge part of the recruitment process.
Absolutely. So yeah, you mentioned watching a lot of SEC teams. So is it kind of something that playing in the SEC would be a big priority for you? Something that you would really like to do?
Yeah, it would be, but I mean, I have no problem playing. Big 12, Big 10, ACC, Pac-12. It doesn't matter.
You're
Whichever
looking
team I feel most comfortable with.
Absolutely. So are you a guy that everybody knows how recruiting works. You get offers early on, then teams start kind of pushing that leverage of, all right, we'd really like for you to commit now, or that kind of stuff. Like, all right, what's your timeline like? Are you somebody who's going to just totally sit back and enjoy the process, kind of wait for COVID to get over, all that kind of stuff, or would you be a guy who would want to commit to a program early and maybe start recruiting guys to come in with you?
I definitely will probably take my time a little bit. Maybe wait after my junior season. Just to see what schools come in. The relationships I build with coaches and stuff like that to make sure I'm making the right decision.
Absolutely. Early on, just thoughts about Georgia so far. Having talked to Del McGee, seeing what Georgia's done offensively this year. What's kind of your perception of the school? Have you been to campus before? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've been to Georgia's campus like 3 times. I love the facility, love the campus. It's a great school. I feel like I'll have a really strong relationship with Del McGee and the offensive coordinator once they can contact me and stuff. So I feel really good about the school.
Absolutely. Well, Malachi, congratulations once again on North Cobb being having a great year. You guys got a lot coming back next year. What's the team looking like for 2021 season?
Oh yeah, we're gonna be strong next year, so look out.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, next fall, you need to go out there and, watch Malachi and North Cobb play. Like you said, he'll be the returning. It's a big advantage for you when you got basically a 2-year starter coming back at quarterback who's also Region 3 7A Player of the Year. So, Malachi, I can't thank you enough for joining us here on Bulldog Illustrated's The Inside Slant, and we look forward to kind of keeping up with your recruitment and catching up with you later on.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, man. And that was Malachi Singleton right there. We will be back with another edition of Bulldog Illustrated Inside Slant later on next week. Thank you, guys. And if I don't talk to you before then, everybody have a Merry Christmas.